After years of working as a fashion stylist and honestly making some expensive mistakes myself, these are the 5 fashion items I wouldn't buy the same way again. Now, when I say fashion items, I don't mean particular pieces, I mean the type of purchases I wouldn't make again. And if you avoid this, you'll save money, you'll build much stronger wardrobe in the long run, and you'll actually feel like yourself in your clothes. If you're new here, I'm Deni, a fashion stylist based in London, and only here I share my insider style tips and latest in fashion to help you build authentic personal style and start shopping smart. So if you're on your own journey to build your authentic personal style, make sure to subscribe. First, don't buy into viral fashion trends. Right now, for example, we are seeing a lot of mesh ballet flats, Chanel micro mini bags, a lot of IT pieces that everyone all of a sudden feels the need to own. And the truth is, there is nothing wrong with these pieces if they're part of your core personal style. But if you all of a sudden want them and you have never been drawn to that aesthetic before, it's usually a sign that it's an influence, not intention. And it doesn't matter if you buy the Zara version or the Chanel version, the outcome is usually the same. You wear them once, maybe twice, maybe a few times, and then they will sit in your wardrobe. Now, as a stylist, of course, I experiment with fashion and I love it. I see it as part of my work, but now I'm much more intentional than before which trends I choose and what sort of look I decide to add to my existing wardrobe. I'll give you an example. There are certain looks and aesthetics that feel aligned with my core style personality. For example, contemporary tailoring, clean blazers, certain shapes of trousers and coats that I added 5, even 10 years ago to my wardrobe, and I still wear to this day. Even something like animal print, it's part of my style personality, and I have enjoyed this aesthetic, so I know I can invest in a new animal print dress or top or course, and I know that I will wear it in the years to come, regardless whether the print is on trend or no. By the way, there are certain trends such as animal print, vintage florals, safari style, military style that come every few seasons, and even if they are not in fashion right now, they will come back. So I call them timeless trends, and it's worth understanding which are the timeless trends that are relevant to you. And that way you could be more selective and more confident when you're shopping. But other trends, I have learned the hard way, they don't always stay. And remember, I have been in the fashion industry for over a decade, so I had some trend error in my personal style journey. For example, a few years ago, the Barbie movie came out with Margot Robbie, and she had that amazing press wardrobe when she was promoting the movie. A lot of key brands and fashion houses got influenced by that look as well, including Chanel, Jacquemus, Valentino, all had the hot pink Barbie look. So I got influenced as well, and I got some designer bags, shoes, tailoring that at the time felt aligned with my feminine style. But as my style evolved, these pieces started to feel too sweet, too girly, too done up, and not myself. So I managed to sell most of them, which by the way is a good way to circulate fashion. But my point here is about the style, because there is nothing wrong with that sort of feminine girly look, as long as it's authentic to you, to your energy, to your expression as a woman. And I know there are certain women like who are based in Marbella, in Palm Beach, in LA, who still enjoy that sort of feminine Barbie style aesthetic and it works for them. But for me, that was not authentic core style personality choice. It was more like viral fashion trend that I decided to go extra in. Point is to learn to differentiate whether a trend is viral and you can cover it, but not in extensive way if you want. And learn to understand what are the looks and trends that are timeless for you, for your lifestyle, for your style personality, for your expression as a woman. Now, this doesn't mean that trends are bad, and if a trend genuinely aligns with your style personality, wear it. But if you're buying it because it's everywhere, that's when it becomes expensive and temporary. That's exactly why I always say understand your core style personality first, because once you do, you stop being influenced so easily. Number two, don't buy designer bags expecting them to be an investment. Yes, there are exceptions like certain Hermes bags, but the reality is most designer bags don't double in value. You cannot often resell them even for the same value you got them for. And including some very classic pieces like Chanel and even Hermes, because the market is so over exaggerated and there is so many people offering these bags, it's very difficult to make a profit. And again, I'm not saying all. If you understand the designer market, if you understand what styles will go viral or which bags are really in demand and you're into that business, yes, you can make a profit. But for a normal person who buys luxury goods, I wouldn't advise you to purchase a designer bag with the intention for it to be an investment. There is nothing wrong with purchasing designer bags, and myself, I do it, but buy it with the right intention. So if you're buying a new designer bag, buy it because it elevates your wardrobe, because it aligns with your personal style, buy it because you love it. This is the right intention to buy a new designer piece or handbag, not because you'll sell it later, because most of the times you won't or it won't be worth it. This is exactly why I believe understanding your core style personality is so important, as it gives you the confidence to invest in certain fashion purchases that you know are authentic to you and you'll wear for the years to come. I have developed my own method, my style DNA consultation, because the real issue is not trends or investing in a handbag, it's understanding what works for you. We define your core style personality, your color complexion, best colors and the ones to avoid, your body shape, and your lifestyle needs. And the good news is that you can have it from anywhere in the world. I do it as an online style DNA consultation, and I will include the details below in case you want to check it out. After the consultation, you will receive a mini lookbook with the core color palettes, and most importantly, the pieces that will actually be timeless for you. Because let's face it, timeless doesn't mean the same thing for everyone. For some women, that's minimal, neutral, and classic. For others, it's more contemporary, more directional, more fashion forward. For some, it includes colors, prints, and boldness. And all of that can be timeless as long as it aligns with your style DNA. You stop guessing, you stop being influenced, and your wardrobe finally starts working together. Number three, don't overbuy costume jewelry. Costume jewelry is great for specific looks, but it's rarely something that you wear consistently. It often tarnishes quickly. I don't see people wearing it daily, and it just doesn't integrate into a wardrobe long term. Instead, I recommend building a small capsule of fine jewelry. It doesn't have to be branded, but pieces that suit your coloring, suit your style, and you can wear every single day. Not 10 statement earrings, but 3 perfectly versatile ones. With my clients, once we have built their wardrobe foundation, we start creating their fine jewelry capsule, because the finishing touches, your everyday earrings, necklace, bracelets, rings, these are the pieces that elevate your everyday look in a subtle way. But the key is to understand and plan how these individual pieces will work together as a set and as a style team. Especially with fine jewelry, it's key to have a plan before you start shopping the individual pieces to avoid expensive mistakes. So instead of just buying random pieces, you shop a cohesive look. My key advice here is, instead of constantly buying costume jewelry, you invest over time in pieces that match your style, match your coloring, and can be worn daily. And that's what gives that polished, elevated, effortless finish. Next, and this is a big one, don't buy almost right pieces just because they're on sale. Picture this. You like the brand. The shape is almost right. You're not even sure if you need the piece, but it's on sale or it's good value, and you're thinking you will find ways to wear it. Don't buy it. And honestly, in this scenario, it doesn't matter if it's high street or high end, the outcome is the same. A wardrobe full of pieces that don't quite work. I would always rather you buy 5 right, timeless for you pieces over time, rather than 15 almost right pieces once in a moment just because they're on sale. Because those 5 right pieces will actually build your wardrobe and the other ones will just sit there. My belief as a fashion stylist is that price should never be the reason why you buy something. The need, the fit, the color, the function, these are the right reasons to buy something new. The phrase, when you end up saving on quality, you end up buying twice. I 100% believe in that. And trust me, I have seen it with many wardrobes. So I really want you to avoid that fashion mistake. Buy one quality item, it will count much more in the long run than 5 almost there pieces on sale. And finally, don't buy for your fantasy life. This is one of the biggest reasons why women waste money in fashion. They shop for a version of themselves they are not consistently living. The ultra glam woman, the constant holiday woman, the fashion girl version of themselves, but their real life looks completely different. And when your wardrobe doesn't match your lifestyle, you don't wear it. Of course, it's fine to have a few aspirational pieces, but the mistake I often see during my wardrobe edit home visits is that women have like quite a few evening dresses that are ultra glamorous and sexy, or let's say black tie event dresses for special occasion. And let's face it, usually women don't like to repeat these dresses, or you can restyle them in a limited number of ways. And usually these dresses end up being costly, and on the contrary, the same women live in their sportswear or leggings on a day-to-day basis. I think it's much better starting point to invest in your everyday life first, to make sure that you have complete outfits that reflect who you are, that are wearable for every day, that are flattering for your body shape and complexion, and of course cover a few evening looks if you like going out. Your core wardrobe should support your real day-to-day life because this is where true style is. One of the biggest things I usually focus on when I start working with a new client is their actual everyday life. Not just for events, not your holidays, and whether that's going to work, running errands, attending client meetings, or simply walking your kids to school, your style should support that. Because when you feel put together in your everyday life, this is when your confidence shifts and this is when your style really starts working for you. This is exactly why in my style DNA consultations, we always start by defining your core style identity, your coloring, your body shape, your lifestyle needs, so later on we can build a wardrobe that actually works for you. Because once you understand that, you stop wasting money and start investing in pieces that become timeless for you. So everything becomes much more intentional. If you invest in a really good quality capsule wardrobe, it will last you for years. You wear quality pieces that will make you feel amazing. And this is actually much more budget friendly and sustainable in the long run. But to have that confidence to spend on fashion pieces, you have to really understand what works for you, what you wear, what's flattering in terms of color and shape. And this is the main goal for me, to help you identify and really have clarity on how to shop confidently and look your best. If this was helpful, make sure to subscribe and share this video with someone who is on their personal styling journey, and I'll see you in the next video.